and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amanda and this is Love All Beauty. For today's video, we are going to be talking some more skincare, one of my most favorite topics. So before we jump into that, if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you do that. You can hit that notification bell. That way you're notified every time that I upload a video, which will be every Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. You can also check me out on social media, Instagram and Twitter. I post some reels and pictures, makeup looks, all that good stuff. So I hope to see you guys all there. Let's jump into it. In today's video, I just wanted to talk about a couple of more intensive skincare treatments that I like to do for my skin. These are treatments that I've been doing on and off for the last couple of years, and I've really found that it has helped out my skin quite a bit. So I think the biggest thing for me when wearing makeup is I really want to make sure that my skincare is on point. I don't want to be applying makeup over top of my skin if I'm having any problem areas or anything like that. So I try to be really diligent with my skincare to prevent that and make sure that I have a nice, clean, clear canvas for when I am applying makeup. And the biggest thing for me is to be really diligent with exfoliation. So over the years, one of my most favorite treatments that I have for exfoliation is dermaplaning. Essentially what the process is using a razor to remove a layer of dead skin cells from your face and also the vellus or peach fuzz from your face. So I've been doing this, for a couple of years now, and I have noticed a drastic improvement with my skin when I do this. Not only does it help to remove a lot of those dry skin patches that I tend to get, so it helps to reveal that fresh layer of skin underneath. I know a lot of times we can just get a buildup of that dry skin, and so our skin looks kind of dull and just not at its best. So I find that dermaplaning can really help out quite a bit with that. Sorry if you hear my dog, she's walking around. Anyway, so yeah, using this dermaplane can really help to remove those layers of dull skin, and then also by removing the peach fuzz, I find that my makeup application goes so much smoother. The makeup doesn't cake up as much, powders don't stick to those hairs. Now, having said that, you do want to proceed with caution when you are dermaplaning. There's a couple of things to keep in mind when you are doing this procedure. I typically don't do any dermaplaning if I have any open spots or acne or anything like that, just because I don't want to risk introducing any infection or anything like that. So I tend to skip dermaplaning if I have something going on my skin, some sort of condition where it might worsen that, like if there's a rash going on, like a flare-up of eczema or rosacea. I don't have that in particular, but I know people do, so you just want to make sure that you're careful when you're doing that. You also want to make sure that you're sanitizing these instruments that you're using. So the dermaplane that I use in particular, facial razors, here, let me grab the package I have here. I buy them off of Amazon. These are actually by Schick. So they're Silk Touch-Up, expertly shapes eyebrows and gently exfoliates. A lot of these that they sell at the store are typically advertised towards eyebrow razors, just because a lot of times people use these to shape up their eyebrows. They have them in a couple of different lengths. I know this one is about 1 inch or so, this blade, but you can get them quite a bit smaller, like a 1/2 inch or maybe even 1/4 inch, just to help out with smaller details around the eyebrows if that's what you're wanting to work with as well. I typically only use these a couple of uses, and I make sure in between uses I am sanitizing it with like an isopropyl alcohol, like a 70%, just something that you can grab at the drugstore. And I just keep that on hand, and I'm able to rinse this in that and reuse it again. I would say, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 uses. You don't want to be using these razors if they start to get dull, because then you risk cutting yourself. That's not the goal here. There's a couple of ways that I like to do this. You can dermaplane dry, which some people prefer. You can also apply some sort of like lubricant to your face. That's such a weird word, lubricant. Anyway, I typically just spray like a facial mist on my face, and then we'll start dermaplaning. I have my mirror off to the side here, and I'll try and scooch in a little bit for you guys. What you're wanting to do is hold this razor more or less at like a 45-degree angle. You don't want to go right at a 90-degree. You don't want to gouge into your skin, and you don't want to do necessarily long strokes. You want to do kind of smaller, tinier strokes, and that's going to give you the best result and the most control when using this, so you're not hurting your skin. I hold it a little bit at an angle here, and I just kind of make these small little strokes downward on my skin. And you do kind of want to hold it a little bit taut. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's just a little bit of dried skin on there, a little bit of peach fuzz mixed in there. I usually go over my whole face, even my forehead area. My forehead tends to be the driest, so like I can just see doing this right here. I've got dry skin flying off. If this grosses you out, I'm sorry, but it's just dried skin. So you can see all of that on the blade there. Another thing you can do is just apply a mist on your face and go through the same procedure. Exercise caution when you are dermaplaning, but know that it can really help improve, you know, the texture of your skin if you've been having issues with that, or you just really don't like how your foundation's laying on your skin, and you don't like how it, you know, cakes up in certain areas or even enhances your peach fuzz. Just not liking that, dermaplaning is a good option to do. And like I say, I probably do it a couple of times a month typically. The other things I like to do has really helped improve the clarity, the evenness in my skin tone, and it's Dermarolling. This is a procedure that can be done with like a dermatologist or an esthetician. Over the last couple of years, it's really kind of come up as a at-home type of treatment. I believe the ones that are done in dermatology or in an esthetician's office, I mean, it's like quite an intense needle pin that they're using, so they're really penetrating those layers of skin. These Dermarollers aren't quite as intense. The one that I'm using in particular is one that I got on Amazon. You can pretty much buy these anywhere now. Amazon, Walmart, Target. Yeah, they're called Dermaroller. This has little rows of just hundreds of needles. This has I believe the smallest needles that you can get, 0.25 millimeters. The idea here is that you're rolling this over your face, and it's causing these thousands of little micro punctures. It's helping to produce collagen and kind of work the repair system in our skin. I will do this at night and then wake up in the morning and my skin is just glowing. My skin tone is way more even. I don't have as much hyperpigmentation. If I have had like a pimple or zit or something like that, because my skin is so fair, that spot, even if it's healed, is going to stick around forever, and it drives me absolutely batty. So Dermarolling has really helped to improve any of those little like acne scars. I do actually use this on actual like scars that I have on my face and my body. Unfortunately, I've had quite a few skin cancer lesions removed. I've got about 10 of them. So rolling over those really helps the appearance. The key with Dermarolling is that you do want to apply some sort of moisturizer to your face prior to using this. My most favorite thing is hyaluronic acid for this. Any like lightweight type serum is gonna work best. And hyaluronic acid is so readily available now. It's an amazing hydrator. This one is from the Inky list. I got this at Sephora. It's a very inexpensive, very effective skincare line, similar to The Ordinary, which I've talked about in the past. I believe this is under $10, but I'll make sure I link everything that I'm talking about down below. I just apply a couple of drops of this to my face, and I'll demonstrate this for you guys so you can see. So just apply this all over. The key with the Dermarolling, similar to Dermaplaning, is that you do want to hold your skin taut. And you don't want to apply too much pressure, but you also don't want to just be so light about it that you're not feeling anything. That's not gonna do anything for you. Your skin will build up a tolerance to it. I've been doing this on and off for a couple of years, so I just kind of go in. You want to make sure you're not going over the same area a bunch of times. You really just want to do, 2 or 3 and then move on and switch directions, just constantly switching up directions. I have like an old acne mark that has been there, I'm not even joking, like a year. It's crazy. So I've been really trying to be diligent. I just kind of go all over it here. I do this every evening, and I have noticed a big difference how much lighter it's getting. It can, they say, help with hair growth, so I usually do roll over my eyebrows just to help kind of promote eyebrow growth. I just roll all over my skin, chin, go over my lips. And the best thing about Dermarolling is that it's really going to help out with the efficacy of your skincare. So I will Dermaroll and then immediately get into applying my daily skincare routine. So that would be like the serums, the moisturizers, the oils, and all of that. So by making those punctures, you're able to allow those skincare products to really sink in there. You want to exercise caution as far as cleanliness. You don't want to be using an old rusty Dermaroller, rolling your face, causing infection. Avoid Dermarolling on any areas that you may have like an open acne, or you've got a rash going on, anything like that. And I sanitize it with alcohol after each use. It's one of those things that I imagine you want to replace a couple of times a year, just because you don't, again, want those blades or the little needles to get dull. As they get dull, they might just become more painful or less useful, and that's kind of counterintuitive. You don't really want that. There's lots of different research when it comes to dermaplaning and dermarolling. Some say don't be doing it at home. So again, just exercise caution. If you are doing it, you can consult a professional like a dermatologist or an esthetician. You can go to a dermatologist or esthetician and have them perform this. I have just found what works good for me and my skin. I really hope that you guys found this helpful and informative. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really honestly appreciate all your guys' support. It really does mean the world to me. Starting YouTube has been quite an intense journey. Much more intense than I had anticipated. Every day is a learning adventure for me, and it's stressful and fun and exciting all at the same time. So I'm so grateful for you guys to even be watching my channel. It's pretty amazing. So I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!